How is everybody? How is everybody? How is everybody? Everybody good? I said, how is everybody? You hear me? Because I'm feeling good, you know? And it ain't nothing like being what you want to see while you work, while you at work, on your way, while you putting in work, on your way to where you want to be. You hear me? It start with vibration. It start with frequency. You know, it start with emotion. It start with thought. You hear me? It start with feeling. You heard? And a lot of other things that we're going to have to nourish ourselves with. You hear me? Stillness, good things, loving, light, health, and wholeness. Stillness, good things, loving, light, health, and wholeness. Stillness, good things, loving, light, health, and wholeness to the cosmic conscious family soul tribe. You hear me? I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. Radiating, operating, emanating, vibrating, resonating, and being in the highest exhilaration of your most wonderful self. You hear me? I'm feeling good for no reason at all. I just came to say a few things to keep us encouraged, to keep us pumped up, to keep us fired up, to keep us inspired, to keep us motivated, to keep our wheels turning and to provoke some thoughts. You hear me? We don't care nothing about temptation. You know, we don't been through it all. We don't seen it all. We don't experience. If not most of everything to be experienced, we don't have an experience with it in some kind of way, shape, or form. You hear me? Rather in our own life or in the life close to us. You hear me? And that's deep, because I was having a conversation with somebody a few nights ago, and I was sharing that same sentiment. We don't experience everything that we have needed to experience. And of hearing that, for some, it may be hard to grasp. For others, it may not. But it depends on how much that we can engulf all of our experiences in correspondence with and in connection to those who we have had experiences with, whether it's family, whether it's friends, so forth and so on. You hear me? The mind can only go as far as it can go. So if it don't fit, don't force it. But we don't experience it at all, you know? So when I say we don't care nothing about temptation, that's what I mean, because we don't experience it at all. And if you don't experience it all, and if you don't learn from the majority of your experiences, then whatever lessons, whatever insights, whatever wisdoms that you have extracted from those experiences that you have had, it's enough to carry you through the rest of your existence on this plane. So we don't care nothing about temptation. We don't even care to eat from that table, you know. And I say that because we gonna be faced, if we not still playing games, if we not still in the tricks, in the trickery, if we not still in the certain lower vibratory things, then we need to be paying attention, because it's going to be trying to show its face, you know. Spring, we've been planting good seed, you hear me? And if you've been planting good seed, you know, just to use a metaphorical analogy, you know, if you plant seed and that seed take root and starts to grow, as your seed is taking root and starting to grow, other things in the environment where that seed was planted is also taking root and starting to grow. So we have weed, we have grass, different type of grass. We have all different type of things sprouting up in the process of that seed trying to grow. So we're gonna have to protect our seed. If we listen, we won't miss that. We're gonna have to protect our seed. Everything that we see in through our thoughts, through our ideation, you know, through our inspirations, through our creativity, all those seeds, we're gonna have to protect those seeds. So we can't be shattered, we can't be sidelined, we can't be put off track, we can't be distracted, you know, we can't be around here blowing no fuses, let anything rub us wrong, you hear me? So forth and so on. We can't eat from that tree. because we don't seen we don't seen what it could do. We don't felt what it could do. and our experiences from eating from that tree don't give us the exposure that we need. The way we don't need to be going through the same loops, man. It's springtime. It's springtime, you hear me? And what it has to offer you, springtime. When I think of spring, I think about spring, jumping, beyond the season, jumping, excitement, just what it implies. Spring, catalyst, a boost. You see? So it's springtime, family. It's springtime. It mean more than what you may hear me saying. It's springtime. You hear me? What it has to offer you, it gonna have a lot to do with what you have to offer yourself. Because once upon a time, we took the bait too. I say it's springtime, and what it has to offer you, what your spring, not the season external of us that we experiencing right now, but the season of spring in you. What are you being sprung to do? What are you being pumped up to do? What you can offer yourself. What you can offer yourself. That's what it's going to be based on, because we took the bait too, so we know what it looked like. We seen all the toxicity. We seen we seen it all. We don't seen it all. We don't seen it all. We shouldn't be still finding ourselves in them places. I don't know who I'm talking to, and I don't know who I'm talking for, but we don't seen it all. We still see it. That's what we still see it. We still see it. So if we don't saw it all, for those of us who saw it all, that means we shouldn't still be in that same shit no more. We still shouldn't be in them same cycles no more, because we don't saw it all. And we still see it, because everybody ain't made it up out that shit yet. You hear me? But we see it because we on the other side of it. So if we ain't looking down and frowning upon it, we should be, we're able to speak life. If not to it, we're able to speak life towards it. You hear me? Because we see it. And the beauty is that it's no longer in us. And the hardest part about it being no longer in us was getting it up out of us. You hear me? But that's what we put in the work to do. That's what we put in work to do. And that's what we will continue to put in work to do. Keep it up out of us. For those of us who got it up out of us, you hear me? And celebrate and congratulate those that's doing the work to get it up out of them. You hear me? I see y'all. It take practice. It take practice to embrace our experiences from the highest perspective possible, from the most positive perspective possible, especially in the event of an unwanted, uncomfortable, or negative occurrence. It takes practice to get beyond what's occurring, and you don't know how much you've changed, or you don't know how much change you have made. We don't know how much change we have made until we're able to do that, and usually to go from being in the mess to being able to look at the mess for what it is and not be contaminated by it. What happens in the middle from getting from that point to that point is a series of tests, a series of challenges, a series of occurrences, a series of experiences, so forth and so on. You don't know how much you changed until you made it. But we don't know. We only know we made it by the ways that we be tested through it. Only then are we able to see how much we have grown. So creating through the chaos, I say that to say creating in the chaos in an attempt to establish order in our lives, it ain't the same when you creating from order in your life that you use the chaos to establish. And for those who are on that journey, you know. For those who have done that, you know. For those who are on the way to doing that, you know. For those who getting started, you know. It don't matter where we at on our journey, how advanced, how developed we think we are on our journey. Everybody on the journey. One self represent every self. You hear me? That's where we get things from, like each one teach one, but you got to reach one to be able to teach one. So somebody got to talk to us not the way we want to be talked to, but the way we need to be talked to, even if we don't like it sometimes. You hear me? These are the type of people that we need in our circles. You hear me? Otherwise, you ain't got none around you but a bunch of people lying to you like you lying to yourself. You ain't got to ask me how I know. I've been there. You hear me? I'm grateful. I'm thankful. You know, I'm appreciative that I got the power. The question is, do you got the power? Because if you got the power, then we all got the power. And that's a lot of power. You hear me? You know? That's a lot of power. I got the power. Do you got the power? Share a card, then I'm gonna fade on out. But I wanted to come through and say a few things, you know, strike our nerves, cause I'm just an extension of you. You hear me? The only difference is if you think that there's a difference outside what the difference is. You hear me? But I'm just an extension of you. We all divine energy, good, bad, or indifferent. You heard? There it is. Lord, Lord, Lord. Be still. Be still and know I am God. You hear me? Be still and know that you are God. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still. That don't mean don't move. That don't mean don't move. But be still. Let me let that sink for a minute. I'm going to say it again. That don't mean don't move. But be still. Be still. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence to just be. Within stillness, there is an invitation of being. Within stillness, there is an invitation of being. As we move throughout our day, we most often take the well-worn paths we walk each day without questioning their benefit to our lives, which can sometimes leave us feeling disconnected. As we move throughout our day, we most often take the well-worn paths, the routine, what's comfortable, what feel good, each day without questioning their benefit to our lives, which can sometimes leave us feeling disconnected. Stillness can be a way to initiate connection with our senses and with our inner being. It is also helpful in connecting with our inner child, as sometimes we need stillness to hear the voice within. Awareness exercise. Reflect on places, sounds, or environments that bring you a feeling of calm and safety. Once you have found your state of calm, put away all sources of stimulus and let yourself just be. Try to focus on what is before you or what you might be feeling inside of you. You can also take a nap or let your body drift through the in-between spaces of wakefulness and dreams. Naps or quiet rest periods are also a good reset when you are feeling stressed or overwhelmed. If you feel unable to achieve stillness at this time, you can try this exercise instead. Moving at a very slow pace can be incredibly relaxing. First, reflect on how a sloth or any slow-moving animal moves, a snail, and hold this energy as you complete this exercise. Pick a physical task, any movement that you can complete in a almost comically slow fashion, such as walking, smelling a flower, touching a friend, or even washing the dishes. Whatever you do, try stretching the practice of this task for at least 5 to 10 minutes. The goal of this exercise is to help you feel safe, calm, and rested. Responsive journaling prompt. What feelings come up inside of you when you practice stillness? If there are negative feelings, ask yourself, why? You hear me? Be still. Be still. Be still. We're gonna put I see a house back there on the card. We're gonna put a house. We're gonna put a house. And the card is the number 4. 4 represent foundation. 4 represent stability. 4 represent family. 4 represent structure. Be still. To know what the foundation, to know what the foundation needs, stability or stillness, to be stable, to be structured, or to be on a strong structure, and to know how we vibing, how we operating, how we navigating, how we maneuvering. Sometimes we gotta be still, so we can hear the voice inside ourselves, so we can feel the energy inside ourselves, so we can feel our own frequency. You hear me? And if you can feel yourself, ain't no question if everybody else feel you or not. You hear me? We're gonna put a house we got 2 more days for the end of the month raffle. We're gonna put a house in the comment section for this video's raffle submission. I appreciate all the participants. You hear me? I appreciate all of us. You hear me? Period. Point blank. Like I said, watch the video, place the emoji, which is a house, any kind of building structure, in the comment section. Simple as that. Feel good for no reason at all. Feeling good is feeling your most divine self. It is feeling God, whatever you know it as. You hear me? And remember, you the magic that shifts the dynamic. And with that, stillness, good things, love, light, and wholeness to the Common Conscious family and soul tribe. I am Sawu. Peace, y'all. Love.